In my role, I coach academics, administrators, and commercial managers who work at the University of Warwick. One of the things which I regularly do in my coaching sessions is to offer people a model or framework to help them make sense of things. In this book, I'd like to share various concepts that I use in these coaching conversations in the hope that some of them will be of real practical benefit to you. Different readers will find different ideas useful to them, and I encourage you to focus on those that you think will be of value to you personally. In this opening chapter, I'll set out some of the basic ideas that underpin the primarily non-directive approach to coaching that I use. We then go on to explore the idea that learning to do something you couldn't do before requires first-hand experience coupled with reflection to make sense of your experience. If you want to translate some of the ideas in the book into new behaviours and habits, you will need to try things out in practice and then reflect upon what happens. What is coaching? I'd like to begin by clarifying what I mean by coaching. When most people think of a coach, they have in mind a sports coach, such as a football manager or a golf professional. I myself take tennis lessons, and my tennis coach has clear views on what good tennis strokes look like, how best to grip the racket, and where to position yourself on the court. And I am happy to listen to his instructions and advice, trying to incorporate these into my game. You might characterize this type of coaching as directive. There are other approaches to coaching, however. In my own practice, I work mainly non-directively. My role is to listen to people and ask questions that help them to clarify what they want to achieve and to consider how they will do this. When coaching, I only occasionally make suggestions and rarely give advice. There isn't an agreed definition or view of what coaching is. Here is the definition that I use as the basis of my own practice as a coach. Coaching is a relationship of rapport and trust in which the coach uses their ability to listen, to ask questions, and to play back what the client has communicated in order to help the client to clarify what matters to them and to work out what to do to achieve their aspirations. The definition emphasizes my view that the role of the coach is to help you to articulate your goals and how you will set about achieving them. Non-directive coaching is about facilitating, not instructing, advising, or guiding. The definition also describes the 3 key conversational skills used in coaching: listening to understand the individual and his or her world, asking mainly open questions that help the person think, playing back what the individual has said or perhaps communicated non-verbally. In sharing some ideas with you in this book, I won't be able to listen to you or to play back what you're thinking. I will, however, ask you questions throughout to encourage you to explore what these ideas might mean for you. Awareness and responsibility. As noted in the preface, another way of looking at non-directive coaching is summarized in this equation: awareness plus responsibility equals performance. The equation is intended to convey the notion that when I'm coaching, I'm trying to do 2 things: to help people become more aware of what they need to do and how to do it, and to encourage them to take responsibility for action. The fundamental premise is that people who are aware of what to do and who take responsibility will perform effectively, whatever performance means in their context. It might be carrying out a home improvement project, setting up a community initiative, playing tennis, or finishing a course of study. Note too that awareness without responsibility is just whinging. In other words, someone who is aware of what he or she needs to do to address an important issue, but who takes no responsibility for acting, is simply whinging. When I introduce a model or framework in a coaching conversation, my intention is to offer people a fresh way of thinking about their circumstances, to raise their awareness.